Yo, real quick video. So I've been waiting for a little while. I was waiting for somebody to actually say this, but I guess I gotta say it. I was waiting for somebody to give me credit, because with all this talk right now James Gunn is doing about a DC Marvel crossover, I've been telling people that for years. I've been telling everyone in this movement, if you've been following me, you've heard me say this years ago, right? And it's obvious that they were wanting a crossover because that's what everybody's doing. You see like Mortal Kombat do it a lot with different characters. You know, you might find like Wolverine or Freddy and Jason in a Mortal Kombat movie. You might find Darth Vader or Peter Griffin in Fortnite, or you might find anything. They're playing with all these characters in pop culture when they're putting them all together, because apparently throughout our whole life we've been wanting to see what this character, what Rambo would do if he fights fucking Terminator or something like that. So that's what they're planning to do with this Marvel DC crossover. If James Gunn survives, I don't think he will. But anyway, he wants to tone down Superman, because if Zack Snyder's Superman, or if Zack Snyder's DCEU was to compete with Disney's Avengers, you know, like one or two characters, Wonder Woman and Superman could probably beat the whole Avengers, could probably beat the whole MCU. So they had to tone them down so they can now all match up with each other. This Superman can match up in a Star-Lord movie. This Justice League or Justice Gang can match up in an Avengers movie. It's all the same shit, because this is what the corporations are doing. This is all one story. Aliens coming to Earth through boom tubes and blah, blah, blah. Darkseid, Thanos, they're all the same thing. Corporations, LexCorp, Stark Enterprises, Wayne Enterprises are fighting with angels, demons, AI robots. It's all the same story. It's just Disney got the contract to make these stories, so they had to sabotage Warner Brothers so Disney can elevate. That's exactly what's going on right now, unless we stand in the way. Yeah, bitch.
What's up, you guys? It's Dito D. You know, Superman is about to come out, and every time I see a trailer, to me, the movie looks so bland. Um, we've been talking about these trailers for a couple of months now, and I don't know if we can even call them trailers. We never really even got a real trailer. Usually a trailer is like, you know, oh, Lex Luthor's trying to do this. He's setting up to do this to Superman. Oh, Superman's going through this and he got to stop him. If he don't stop him, then this is what's going to happen. And we ain't got none of that. So we don't really know what's going on. We just see little pieces of the movie here and there. And from what I'm hearing, that's the kind of movie that it is. It's just a bunch of stuff put together. But, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. It's not out. But I'm just going off of what I've seen from the trailers. And the movie looks really barren. You know, a lot of people say things online. They say, like, a lot of people use the same lines over and over. They say things like, oh, this is a lived-in universe. You can tell it's a lived-in universe. Is it? Because every time I see a commercial or some, well, every time I see one of these little TV spots, it's just, all right. I mean, you got Lois and Mr. Terrific. They just dropped that little TV spot, right? So they got Lois and Mr. Terrific going in, and people keep asking, why does Lois know how to fly this? You already know Mr. Terrific is going to tell her how to do it. Okay, so they about to go in the garage to get to Mr. Terrific's craft, and it's taking hella long for the door to open. It's supposed to be funny, right? But even just looking at this door, like it just looks so blank. Like everything looks so blank. You know, it reminds me of all those Marvel movies when you see the behind the scenes and you see somebody sitting in a chair in like a living room, and then you see the behind the scenes and the whole living room is green screen. You're like, why did they do that? Why didn't they just put this person in a real living room somewhere and just film that? You know, and that's what this movie looks like. It looks like a bunch of green screen. Now, when Clark is walking through the city, you see Clark Kent with his broccoli cut, and he walking around the people in the city. That's when it looked like it's some kind of activity going on. That's when it looked like Metropolis is alive, you know. But then you got him saving the girl, and we done seen that scene 10,000 times. But in that whole area, why is she just wandering? Where's she come from, bro? Why is she just walking around out there by herself? You know what I'm saying? Nobody else is around. Then you got like the other thing with the protesters, and he going into, I don't know, he's walking into some building. I don't know what the building is. But the dude threw the can at his head, he was all pissed off, everybody was mad, and they was protesting Superman. But look at the handful of people that's out there. I mean, imagine Trump getting protested. You see all the people that be out on the street? Like Superman and even just crowds coming to see somebody. Like Superman can't get a Trump crowd. Like, that's insane. It's just it's such, everything is like so few people, you know. Even outside the building, when you see the Green Lantern coming up to talk to Superman, and it's the people outside are standing around the building. Across the street, it's just blank. It's nothing there. You know what I mean? And that's just phony. It feels like Blue Beetle. It feels like all the Flash, all these movies, you got no cars on the street when he's fighting the kaiju. Now, I think in some of the later trailers, I think they've added some cars. When the buildings are falling, there's nothing. The only cars that are around are the ones that are right there in the way of the buildings, that he has to catch from falling onto the freeway. And then you got the desert scene with Mr. Terrific. That just looks like the Flash desert stuff. It's all blank and just nothing else. Then you got the mall where Superman and Lois are floating together, and they in a mall. There's nobody in the mall. No people in the mall. No people on the street when Superman's getting arrested. When they got the ship landed in the middle of in the street, and they're taking Superman in. You see the whole street. You see like the whole street, like a whole city street, and there's no people. It's like that fight at the end of Captain America 4, when he fought the Red Hulk, and it was just like there was nobody around conveniently, you know what I mean? And that's what this movie is looking like. No people nowhere, no cars driving around the Pentagon when you see an aerial shot of the Pentagon. Even the war scene with the little boy, Superman, even that scene felt like it just felt like everybody was right where they needed to be. Like it wasn't chaotic like you think it would be. It was just like everything was so conveniently placed. You got the stadium fight scene where he's fighting Ultraman or the engineer, I think is what the character is. Not sure. But even when they got the stadium fight, that's empty. Nobody's in the stadium running. Then you got the crack in Metropolis, like they show the crack is through the water and it's going through the city. You don't see nobody. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what kind of, like, for this to be a hero movie, it seems like we keep seeing them save people, but they are conveniently placed where they, can be saved, to show it. And you got the hammer of Baravia or whatever it is, this new character that James Gunn made up. And he firing light, like eye beams at people in the Daily Planet and just missing. And I'm like, why is he missing? What is he looking at? Why is he shooting right above them? Like, that's crazy. And nobody's stopping him. He's right in front of him, you know what I mean? And just missing. And I'm like, oh, see, this is that kind of stuff. I just can't. I don't know, man. People want to go out and see this movie. Good on them. May they have a good time. But I just can't mess with it, man. I just can't do it. These Marvel backdrops are losing me. Then you got the thing where you got James Gunn making Superman weaker. Now, you heard the man talk about why they nerfed Superman. Because if you look at a picture of Zack Snyder's Justice League and you put it up next to the Avengers, and you ever say, oh, would they ever do DC versus Marvel and da-da-da? Man, I always used to tell my friends, bro, if you look at these characters, bro, like if you just look at the Justice League, and then you look at the Avengers, the Justice League just looks like they will smash the Avengers no problem. It just looks like it would be no contest. And so, like the dude said in the video, that's why they did this whole reboot. So they can nerf all these characters, make them weaker, and then they'll be suitable to put up, and that's the thing that gets to me. Because people talk about how strong Superman is and stuff. And the only people who do that are Marvel people. No DC people are running around saying Superman was too strong. I've never heard that. I've only heard Marvel people say that. Now you got Marvel people working on a Superman movie, and they first thing they want to do with him is make him weaker. What's the suitable weakness for Superman? I guess just a little bit weaker than the Hulk is perfect, right? The movie comes out officially on the 11th, which is James Gunn's dad's birthday, because this whole thing has been about him. Just like when him sticking to Justice Gang in the movie. Who the hell is that? It's just JG on somebody's. That's the symbol. That's what you want to show. It's just James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn. The whole movie's about him. But the embargo officially lifts on the 8th at 3 p.m. So then we'll start seeing what people are saying about the movie and then determine, what we want from there, whether you're going to go or not. I already told you, I'll be watching Man of Steel. And then, whenever the movie drops on streaming, I'll check it out and we'll see what's going on. But Superman right around the corner. And I guess we'll just see how everything plays out. I appreciate y'all watching. And thank you for everybody still hitting that subscribe button and coming in. And I hope everybody's having a good time. We're going to keep the party going. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Take it easy.
Ow, stop. Ow, stop it. Crypto, ow, stop it, stop. Sit, stay.